In this far northern land, the wind never stops blowing, yet the polar bear keeps a steady rhythm. Cold cuts the skin, hunger stretches on, but it stays in control, not yielding an inch. Each step is a calculation. Every moment is a test of endurance and discipline. Currents shift, the ice cracks aloud, its will stands firm like steel. In this endless white, who sets the tempo? The storm, the ocean, or the polar bear? At the crown of the Arctic, where sunlight visits only a few weeks each year, the polar bear stands as the ultimate symbol of strength and adaptation. Its body stretches nearly 10 feet long, protected by 4 inches of fat and a coat that reflects light, a living marvel shaped by nature itself. Each day, it journeys across miles of melting ice, swimming through water below 30 degrees Fahrenheit in search of a seal's faint breath. Its deep eyes mirror the snowy sky. Its nose detects prey from more than a mile away. Every sense tuned to perfection for survival. Yet beyond sheer power, the polar bear embodies resilience. As the ice retreats, it continues to walk, steadfast, a reminder that life always finds a way to endure. Amid the endless white, it is not merely a hunter, but the symphony of creation itself, a living tribute to the strength and persistence of life. At the mouth of a melting glacier, the tide rises and falls about 6 feet each cycle, and the water shifts direction like a great machine breathing in rhythm. The polar bear watches each movement, searching for a chance as a pod of milky white belugas drifts too close to the shallow shore. It climbs onto slick, frozen rocks, attempting to strike from above. But the unexpected depth and wide escape route make the leap fall short. Undeterred, the bear dives back in, swimming hard to cut across the whale's path. Foam bursts white around it, but in the current, the beluga's speed far surpasses its own. The chase fades into the mist, leaving the bear alone amid the vast, cold water. Another bear chooses a different strategy, one that relies not on force, but on breath. It approaches a stretch of flat ice dotted with small breathing holes, like faint marks on a white canvas. A beluga can hold its breath for up to 20 minutes, but must resurface in a steady rhythm. The bear stands downwind, perfectly silent, memorizing the distances between each hole. The golden moment arrives. With a swift slide of only a few feet, it channels power from its shoulders. And in that brief instant, instinct restores the balance. The surface closes again, ripples fading under the northern wind. From the failed leap on the rocks to the success at the breathing hole, The polar bear reminds the frozen world that patience and adaptability are always the keys to survival. The hunger season stretches on. The coast lies bare. No seals, no stray whales, only cutting winds and a few other bear families moving with small cubs. In a world where energy determines survival, even the strongest sometimes must choose between natural ethics and staying alive. An adult bear approaches another mother and cub group, eyes fixed on a vulnerable young one. This is not cruelty, but a survival reflex when food runs out. On rare occasions, bears hunt their own kind, uncommon, yet part of an ecosystem where energy is the measure. The pursuit is brief and urgent. The mother resists, but the energy gap decides the rest. The bear does not act from ruthless drive. It takes in the calories needed to continue, a harsh exchange in the polar realm. In the bitter wind, with snow drifting like smoke, the polar bear keeps moving, carrying nature's austere lesson. At the edge between survival and disappearance, compassion and instinct can be separated by a single breath. Wind chills the coast. No ice now, only rolling waves and salt water below 35 degrees Fahrenheit. On a dark gravel beach, hundreds of walruses pack together after diving for clams. Adult males weigh over 2,000 pounds, wear skin nearly 2 inches thick, and carry tusks longer than 3 feet, living fortresses in the cold sea. For the bear, this is a difficult target. Even so, it tests the moment. The thick, slick hide makes holding and control hard. Engaging a walrus, on land or in water, drains precious energy. It understands that a prolonged chase only burns reserves, so it finally lets go and keeps searching for another opening. Another walrus seems motionless, yet it is only resting. These probes are quick. After a few beats of assessment, the bear senses the mismatch in strength and moves on. Opportunity appears only when the herd's order shifts, revealing a younger animal at the edge. The bear seizes the instant, closing the distance because such moments are rare. A precise, efficient move secures a meal and adds a few days of energy. Without ice as a platform, the rules belong to the cold sea. Against full-grown fortresses, the polar bear survives on strategy, restraint, and a touch of luck. 3 keys that keep the fire of life alive. Far off the coast of Greenland, where cold currents converge, lives a remarkable whale, the narwhal. Adult males carry a tusk over 9 feet long, like a spiraled spear rising from the gray sea. They rarely approach shore, spending most of their time beneath thin ice and surfacing only through breathing holes to take air. At times in low ice years, polar bears encounter them. It is a rare coincidence, but if a narwhal surfaces where a bear is waiting, a swift, precise move can occur. Even so, most encounters end at a safe distance. The narwhal dives deep, and the bear watches from the surface. In truth, much of the energy a bear gains from this species comes from narwhals that drift ashore, uncommon yet valuable finds whose rich fat can sustain the bear for days. In a world where every source of energy matters, even death becomes a gift. The ocean returns to the North's great survivor. The short summer arrives. Ice melts, and the sea cliffs become home to thousands of seabirds. For the polar bear, they are not ideal prey, but they offer a rare chance to recover energy lost through the winter. It climbs the steep rocks, where the calls of gulls and terns echo in the wind. When a parent bird leaves the nest, the bear approaches carefully, taking eggs or a nestling not yet ready to fly. Each egg is small, yet to the bear, it is a valuable unit of energy. Though the food is modest, this behavior reveals remarkable adaptability. The ability to make use of every nutrient source in a harsh environment. When the ice has melted and the sea remains cold, sometimes the patience to scale each cliff becomes the strategy that carries it through a lean summer. Along the rocky coastline, where northern winds carry the scent of cold salt, wolves appear in the distance, several gray shapes moving carefully at the edge of the bear's sight. They do not come close, only watch. Between the two species lies an invisible boundary of instinct, respect for power, avoidance of conflict. The wolves know the difference well. They are not strong enough to challenge a polar bear, but they follow from afar, waiting for leftovers from its hunts. In this harsh northern wilderness, both survive through balance and distance. The bear keeps its territory, the wolves maintain their safety, a silent accord between two enduring symbols of life in the north. On a sheet of ice, smooth as glass, the polar bear pauses at a small breathing hole, the only sign of a seal below. It does not rush. It simply stands still, as if becoming part of the wind. Each breath is unhurried, each motion measured with the precision of a born strategist. When the seal rises for air, only fractions of a second mark the line between hunger and a full belly. The bear does not charge in anger, it moves with absolute focus. A single, swift, accurate action ends the chase in silence. On the ice, only widening ripples remain, and the cold lifts into the air. Each successful hunt brings an immense surge of energy, A single adult seal can provide over 100,000 calories, enough to sustain a polar bear for days across the open ice. It often eats the thick, energy-rich fat first, leaving the rest for Arctic foxes and gulls, a natural sharing between lives in the extreme cold. This strategy relies not just on strength, but on reading nature's rhythm. It knows where a seal is likely to surface, how to stand upwind to hide its scent, and how to wait for hours, even days. On the vast plains, where the horizon melts into a sea of grass, confrontations never cease. Here, strength is not the only weapon. Patience and unity matter just as much. Each encounter is a trial of will, where even the seemingly unbeatable can falter in an instant. In this harsh land, even the rulers must learn to retreat when the balance of power shifts. Who truly holds control over the endless plains? Sharing the harsh environment of the savannah, African wild dogs and hyenas often cross paths. Both rely on strong social bonds, complex vocal communication, and tight coordination when hunting. These similarities turn them into direct competitors. Wild dogs depend on extraordinary endurance, able to maintain speed for miles to wear down prey. Hyenas, by contrast, use sheer numbers and persistence to apply pressure. During the dry season, when herds of antelope or zebra scatter and food grows scarce, encounters between the two become even more intense. The outcome shifts with circumstance. A full pack of wild dogs can force a smaller hyena group to retreat, while a larger clan of hyenas can easily overwhelm and claim the prize. Yet once an individual strays from its group, it becomes vulnerable, transforming from hunter into the hunted. Among the loners of the savannah, the leopard is a true master of silence and surprise. Weighing around 150 pounds, with a muscular frame and retractable claws, it is built for ambush. Each strike is an eruption of speed and strength, enough to subdue prey in seconds. Yet the leopard's greatest challenge does not come from its prey, but from the intruders that arrive after, hyenas. With keen noses and the power of numbers, they can always trace the leopard's trail. It is a familiar scene. A leopard secures a hard-won meal, only to drag it up into a tree to keep it safe. This is not an open battle, but a game of time and vigilance. The leopard must eat quickly, stay on the move, and choose hiding spots with care. One slip is enough to lose everything, while hyenas simply wait, ready to exploit any weakness. Their rivalry proves that survival is defined by adaptation, an endless contest where each side must change to endure. Across the golden fields of Africa, the rivalry between lions and hyenas is among the most enduring. They share the same land, pursue the same prey, and often cross paths. This overlap makes conflict inevitable. The lion, weighing more than 400 pounds, is often seen as a symbol of power. Yet when one stands alone against a clan of hyenas numbering in the dozens, the balance shifts quickly. Laughter echoing through the night signals dominance, forcing even the king of the grasslands to abandon a prize and step back. On the other hand, a hyena separated from its clan rarely has the chance to turn the tables. The lion's muscle, swift pounce, and calculated tactics are enough to end the contest in an instant. But nature never rests on one outcome. The strong today may lose their advantage tomorrow. As the rains fade, hundreds of thousands of wildebeest begin their journey across the continent. It is one of nature's grandest spectacles, the ground trembling beneath millions of hooves seeking fresh grasslands. For hyenas, this season is both abundant and unforgiving. During the hunt, sharp eyes and keen hearing guide them to the young, the old, or the injured within the migrating herds. There is no rush. Patience and teamwork are the keys to opportunity. Only when the herd falls into chaos do they strike, seizing the moment of broken formation. Yet this is also a time of fierce competition. Lions, leopards, and even wild dogs circle the wildebeest herds. One mistake can cost hyenas their hard-won prize in an instant. They must balance speed, vigilance, and the defense of their share against rivals. The Great Migration is a reminder that in the wild, every chance comes with risk. Success brings days of plenty, while failure drives the clan to continue the endless pursuit across the vast plains. Among Africa's largest animals, the rhinoceros stands as a symbol of raw power. An adult can weigh more than 5,000 pounds, enough to make most predators think twice. With thick skin and a sharp horn, the rhino is nearly untouchable. Yet in nature, nothing is absolute. For hyenas, opportunity arises only in rare moments, when a calf is separated from its mother, or when an adult is injured or weakened. In such cases, the clan may test its luck. But it is a perilous gamble, as a single charge or head swing from a grown rhino can erase every attempt. Each encounter becomes a question of survival. Is the risk worth taking, or is it wiser to walk away? Speed, grit, and strategy. Every move of the honey badger is instinct shaped by nature. On the savannah, it faces down any rival. When survival is the only rule, courage knows no limits. Every lunge, every hiss, and every glance say the same thing. This small creature knows no fear. Can resolve, overcome sheer power. The answer lies in every breath of the savannah. In the dense grasslands and near riverbanks, the honey badger not only hunts, it competes for food. Sometimes it struggles when hunting a python and gets caught in the snake's coils. But fortune intervenes when a jackal approaches, giving it a chance to break free. The moment it escapes, the honey badger counterattacks, challenging the python for control while guarding against the jackal. In the end, it quickly secures victory, dragging the python into the thorny brush to protect its prize. The honey badger is one of Africa's toughest and most intelligent mammals. Ranging from the Sahara Desert to the plains of southern Africa, it adapts to temperatures from 40 degrees Fahrenheit to over 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Its low, sturdy build, along with thick and elastic skin, makes it nearly immune to bites and stings. Weighing an average of 20 to 35 pounds and measuring about 2.5 feet in length, its climbing and digging skills far exceed what its size suggests. Its survival depends on an exceptional memory, recalling the location of beehives, how to open a turtle's shell, and even how to use simple tools. Across the African savannah, where sunlight burns like gold, the honey badger hunts alone. In encounters with snakes, the honey badger is a master of reflexes. When it spots a slight movement in the grass, it charges almost by instinct. A precise strike, aimed at the head, ends the encounter before the snake can retaliate. Even when bitten, its body endures. Within minutes, it recovers and continues. The honey badger's immune system is considered remarkable, allowing it to resist the venom of black mambas and cobras, Predators even lions avoid. When the snake climbs a tree to escape, the honey badger follows. It climbs skillfully, gripping the trunk like steel hooks, circling the branches to keep the advantage. From above, it studies the snake's movements and estimates the fall point if it drops. Every move is calculated, waiting for the perfect moment to cut off escape and end the pursuit in an instant. The honey badger has an impressive memory for the location of beehives. It remembers by season, trails, hollow trunks, and wind patterns carrying the scent of wax. Long, sturdy claws allow it to dig and pry through rotted wood easily, targeting the honeycomb packed with honey and larvae. Bee stings are inevitable, but its thick, elastic skin softens the impact. Honey provides fast energy, while wax and larvae offer fat and protein, a perfect fuel package for a solitary hunter. Pain is a fair price. In nature's equation, nutrition outweighs the sting, and the memory of that hive will guide it back when the season returns. As night falls over the desert, the honey badger shifts strategy. Moonlight glints off its two-toned fur like silver armor. It digs through layers of sand with powerful foreclaws, searching for insects, scorpions, and small snakes. Scorpion venom has little effect on it. With a single bite, the prey vanishes into the night. This meticulous hunting behavior helps maintain ecological balance, controlling small animal populations and keeping the system steady. Across the parched savannah, the elephant is the emblem of absolute strength. Over 10 feet tall and weighing tens of thousands of pounds, a single step can make the earth tremble. By contrast, the honey badger stands under a foot tall, yet in the wild, size rarely limits resolve. When the two meet, the elephant warns with a low rumble and a dramatic dust-throwing display. Even so, the honey badger does not retreat. It moves forward as if challenging fate itself. Though one shove could cause serious harm, its stubborn nature keeps it in the standoff. Sometimes the elephant itself stops, unsettled by such audacity, and then walks away in silence, a quiet acknowledgement of a small creature's remarkable courage. After facing the giants of the wild, the honey badger returns to its refined instincts as a small-scale hunter. Across the dry plains, it spots a tortoise moving slowly under the blazing sun. The honey badger studies it carefully, then flips it over with its steel-strong claws. But biting or breaking through the thick shell proves impossible. It experiments with different angles, then skillfully works through small gaps to reach the nutritious parts inside. For the honey badger, it's a well-earned meal, fueling its strength under the harsh sunlight, a perfect mix of skill, patience, and determination. But it doesn't stop there. The honey badger also preys on young crocodiles, and with even greater daring, it sometimes challenges an adult resting near the edge of the reeds. Sensing danger, the crocodile quickly retreats into cover. Yet the honey badger stays relentless, tracking, circling, and waiting for a safe opening. In its world, even armored scales and sharp jaws are no match for endurance and unshakable courage. On the Kalahari savannah, the lion stands as a symbol of power. Every step carries the weight of a ruler. Powerful jaws, steel-like muscles, and a pounce strong enough to bring down an antelope in seconds. In its world, few dare to challenge it, except one small but remarkably tenacious creature, the honey badger. When they face off, the honey badger arches its back and hisses a warning. That boldness makes the lion pause, uncertain. In a brief silence, a hunter's memory repeats an old lesson. This small opponent is best left alone. Whether meeting a single lion or a pride, the honey badger holds its ground. Thick, resilient skin and an unyielding spirit keep it standing. At times, it even pushes back, prompting the pride to withdraw. Most encounters end without injury. In a land where strength often rules, true power sometimes lies in memory, and in the respect reserved for courage. Across every harsh landscape, snakes are the pure instinct of survival. A short lunge, a single precise strike, enough to flip the roles between hunter and hunted. Venom, muscle, speed, and camouflage, 4 strategies blended into a symphony of survival. From the sands of the Sahara to the canopy of the Amazon, every movement is measured in thousandths of a second. This is not only a story about power, but about the art of fighting to survive. Snakes belong to the order Squamata, suborder Serpentes, with more than 3,000 species distributed across nearly every region on Earth. Their bodies are elongated and limbless. They move by coordinating longitudinal muscles with rows of belly scales, contracting and releasing like a moving conveyor. Some species use potent venom for quick immobilization, while others rely on the full strength of their bodies to overpower prey. Regardless of the strategy, snakes remain vital to the ecosystem, regulating rodent populations, linking food chains, and helping maintain the balance of nature. The humid forests of Central Africa lay a carpet of leaf litter. Among those gold-brown patches is a master of camouflage. The Gaboon viper is the largest and heaviest viper, up to 6.5 feet long, over 22 pounds, with record fangs nearly 2 inches. Its venom acts on both the nervous and circulatory systems, optimized for short, precise strikes. A broad, axe-shaped head, a heavy body, and abundant venom all serve an energy-saving ambush style. Its preferred habitat is tropical and subtropical forest, where soft ground and dappled light let its body patterns blend into the leaf layer. It can remain motionless for hours to wait for prey. Beyond close-range vision, this species senses ground vibrations and tastes scent with a forked tongue to detect targets in dense cover. When moving, it often proceeds straight ahead as belly scales grip the substrate. At very short ranges, explosive reflexes can exceed 20 feet per second. The menu includes rodents, frogs, lizards, and occasionally small monkeys and young antelopes. A slow metabolic rhythm allows one meal to sustain energy for weeks. It is solitary. Pairing occurs every 2 to 3 years, with each litter producing 20 to 60 young. Its calm disposition means it rarely initiates contact with people. However, perfect camouflage can lead to unexpected encounters if attention lapses. As the leaf pattern seems to close behind it, the forest maintains balance through patience and economical use of energy. Amid the tropical rainforests of Asia, a silent symbol of power rises: the king cobra. It is the world's longest venomous snake, capable of exceeding 16 feet in length. Unlike most of its kind, the king cobra specializes in hunting smaller snakes, including venomous ones. When confronted, it lifts the front of its body and flares its hood in warning before delivering a precise strike. Within the food chain, the king cobra has almost no natural predators, except for a few species such as the mongoose, which possess partial resistance to venom. The mating season lasts about 3 months. The male detects the scent of the female using its tongue. When 2 males follow the same trail, they coil around each other in a wrestling match, pressing their opponent's head toward the ground. The contest can last for hours until one yields and retreats, granting mating rights to the stronger and more persistent rival. In the grasslands and scrub of East and Southern Africa, the black mamba is a daytime sprinter, reaching speeds of about 13 miles per hour. It pursues birds and small mammals with agility and razor-clean turns. Its slender body, lightning-fast neural reflexes, and a primary venom dominated by neurotoxins can weaken the motor system within minutes. A vigorous quarry can suddenly lose control, and the chase ends before the dust settles. In rare cases, even larger predators struck may experience breathing function weakens rapidly within 20 to 30 minutes. This illustrates the rapid action of neurotoxins, stated not to sensationalize harm, but to show the precision of a combined defensive and offensive strategy. The black mamba typically avoids unnecessary confrontations. Secrecy helps it survive in an ecosystem full of rivals. A notable challenger is the mongoose. Small but nimble, tolerant to some venom, it dodges and counterattacks with clockwork accuracy. The tactic forces the snake to expend energy before a decisive strike arrives. Against the mongoose, an individual of about 6 to 7 feet can become suitable prey, and the balance of the savannah closes again without fanfare. Amid the damp leaf litter of South and Southeast Asia, as well as the scrub forests of North and South America, a vivid ribbon slips through like a warning thread. The coral snake is identified by its distinctive color bands. It lives a secretive life, often moving under decaying leaves and into soil cavities. Its hunting strategy relies on neurotoxic venom. Rather than lunging and retreating, it holds at very close range and delivers toxin gradually, causing the neuromuscular signals to weaken. The menu consists mainly of small snakes, lizards, and small rodents. For defense, it can raise its tail to create the illusion of 2 heads to maintain distance. In the same habitat, non-venomous species such as the king snake mimic the coral snake's red, black, yellow bands to avoid being targeted. Its discreet temperament means it rarely initiates a bite, responding only when provoked. Unlike many venomous species, it lays few eggs, but endures thanks to a reclusive lifestyle and strong adaptability. When the streak of color slips back beneath the leaves, the forest closes quiet again, a warning thread that helps keep the ecological fabric in order. In the searing center of the Australian continent, at 100 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit, a name moves like a whisper: the inland taipan, Its venom ranks as extremely potent by LD50 metrics, estimated to be about 72 times stronger than that of the king cobra. Its body is typically 6 to 8 feet long, slender, with smooth scales that reduce friction. It remains well hidden, rarely encountering humans, spending most of its time beneath cracked, dry soil. The strategy begins with scent. A forked tongue continually tastes the air, carrying odor molecules to the Jacobson's organ to trace the paths of nocturnal rodents. As it approaches a burrow, the body glides lightly like a stream of sand. Its vision is sufficient to lock onto a target in tight spaces at ranges of only a few feet. The strike happens in an instant. Instead of biting and withdrawing like many species, the inland taipan delivers several rapid bites, delivering a mix of neurotoxins and hemotoxins. The prey's respiratory and motor systems weaken quickly, and the opponent loses advantage almost immediately. Shy and quiet, yet efficient like an energy equation of the outback. The desert is harsh, not only for its blazing sun and scarce water, but also for its masters of camouflage. The horned viper is a familiar resident of the Sahara and the Arabian Peninsula. Its body is thick, and the pair of scales above its eyes juts out like a sand visor. Mottled sand tones let it vanish into the ground in a blink. On hot sand, it moves sideways in a side-winding gait to climb slopes more easily and reduce contact area, limiting heat absorption. When hunting, the snake buries itself under a thin layer of sand, exposing only the eyes and the crown to observe. A forked tongue continually tastes the wind, pinpointing lizards, rodents, and small birds. At the right moment, it bursts from short range, closes in with precision, and quickly slips back out of sight. After a meal, it often remains buried in the sand for several days to digest, conserving water and energy. To the south, among the dunes of the Namib, the African dwarf viper Peringue's adder, just over 8 inches long, has developed its own skill set. It ambushes along sparse grasses, sometimes using its tail as a lure, mimicking a wriggling worm to attract insect hunters. In the desert's world of scarcity, patience and camouflage are the keys. As faint S-shaped tracks fade on the sand, the life cycle here keeps turning on conserved energy and precise timing. Each moment is a high-stakes encounter. Every mistake brings an immediate price. There is no bargaining, only instinct, speed, and force decide. Who will dominate? Who will falter? A symphony of survival awaits, where every step hides a surprise and a single glance can spark a confrontation. In India's humid forests, the stillness of morning breaks only with the soft steps of a sambar deer. This deer, weighing up to 400 pounds, pauses to listen, ears alert. Yet in the shadows nearby waits a master of ambush. The tiger, striped in fire, has been lying in wait for hours. As the deer lowers its head to graze, the striped form coils like a spring. In a sudden burst, it surges forward. The leap covers nearly 20 feet, heavy yet precise, overpowering its target with sheer force. But the victory is short-lived. A larger adult tiger appears, uninvited, challenging the right to the prize. Strength and experience tip the balance. And after a tense standoff, the younger cat surrenders its catch, leaving the meal to the dominant rival. As the largest of all big cats, the tiger commands respect. Few predators dare trespass its territory. When a leopard crosses the line, confrontation is inevitable, and in a fleeting moment, the intruder yields. Such moments reveal the supreme position of this great cat. In the forest, the tiger is not only an unmatched ambush hunter, but also a guardian of balance, keeping populations in check. It embodies a timeless truth. In the wild, territory and patience decide who holds the advantage. The leopard, weighing about 150 pounds, does not match the raw power of a tiger or a lion. Instead, it reigns as a master of speed and secrecy. Its target today is a serval, a slender, alert wildcat. When the moment comes, the leopard strikes with explosive force. The pounce is swift, like an arrow through the wind, pinning the serval beneath its spotted frame. The grass stirs, then settles, hiding the signs of a sudden ambush. Yet the leopard's focus is not limited to ground prey. At times, it casts its gaze skyward. Young eagles perched in trees can fall within its reach, and even an adult eagle caught off guard may face the same fate. Not every contest ends in triumph, but agility and stealth make the leopard a relentless phantom of the savannah. An untouchable shadow that rules through silence and surprise. In the snowy forests of the north, the North American lynx, a small wild cat of about 30 pounds, with thick winter fur and sharp-tipped ears, is known for resilience and skill in harsh lands. After a patient ambush, it has just brought down a deer. But from the shadows comes an opportunist, a coyote, eyes fixed on the prize. The lynx reacts instantly, ears raised, surging forward with surprising force. The intruder retreats, leaving the meal behind. As night falls and heavy mist cloaks the forest, the coyote lingers for another chance. Yet the lynx, eyes glowing in the dark, detects every move. It advances with cold precision. once more driving the rival away, standing tall in eerie silence. Even when faced with a cougar many times its size, boldness and agility allow it to resist. On the frozen ground, this small predator shows its spirit, deciding who truly rules the snow. Its courage reveals a hidden strength far greater than its size. The jaguar, the largest cat in the Americas, can weigh up to 250 pounds. It carries exceptional jaw strength and a rare talent for swimming and diving. Dry season in the Amazon. Shallow pools shrink, revealing muddy flats where capybaras gather to feed. These grazers, reaching about 150 pounds, seem secure in numbers. From the forest's edge, a golden gaze flickers. The jaguar edges closer, muscles steady, patience flowing like an underground river. A sudden burst of speed leaves the herd stunned. In seconds, their order breaks. Balance tilts toward the dominant hunter, a reminder that even the world's largest rodent is one link in the cycle of survival. The jaguar does not stop there. It dares to face opponents few would challenge. Caimans along the riverbank can weigh over 500 pounds. The cat's signature approach comes from above, a clean drop that meets the water like a blade. With a precise, controlled hold, it ends the contest before the caiman can react. That power is fueled by a rare skill, the ability to dive and disappear beneath cloudy water. Below the surface, it becomes a moving shadow, rising beside a caiman or near its target with almost no ripple to warn of its presence. At times, the encounters grow even tougher. An anaconda over 20 feet long, coiled like a massive rope, can become the focus. The struggle can press the jaguar tight, yet agility brings escapes, and persistence turns the tide, a bold imprint from a hunter willing to face a formidable swamp giant. The rhythm of life narrows, with predator and prey still watching each other across a thin boundary of endurance. Today is strategy. Tomorrow is opportunity. The balance always shifts with will and discipline. There is no pure luck, only calculation, patience, and decisive moments. The survival journey hasn't ended. The next chapter is already waiting ahead. If you want to keep following these heart-pounding encounters, please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you won't miss the next episode.